We are back in London for another pre-release. Today we're at the world-renowned RuleZero, one of the coolest gaming bars, I'd say, definitely in London, if not in the country. Here to check out the Murders at Karlov Manor pre-release. It's been a while since I've been here, so I've been looking forward to coming back. The set looks quite cool, not look too much into it, so I like to go in a bit blind with it, and we'll work it out as we play. So high hopes, low expectations for my own gameplay. We'll take it as we go. So let's head in and check it out. We're here and settled in. We're here and we've signed in. We're just waiting to get started. And I'm here with Editor P. Rare appearance of Editor P. Wait, if you're here, who's editing videos?
Wait, why the fuck am I doing this?
Right, it's draft time. Full house as well, which is good. We've got 4 rounds this time. Should be a decent amount of games. Should hopefully get a win because of that. I'm hoping, well, I've got a bit of a reputation of getting the 5-colour Niv, so I'm hoping if I do get it just for fun, just do 5 colours and absolutely lose. I really like the Judith card, so I'd quite like to get that. We'll see. There's a few other interesting legendaries, but I love Rakdos, love Izzet, so any of that would be good for me. I hopefully can stick to 2 colours, but from what I've seen, a lot of people go 3, so we'll hope for the best. Spoiler alert. We've cracked box. Some decent pulls actually. Got the Judith I wanted, yes, so I was going to definitely get Rakdos. Red was a bit thin, but white was really decent, so I've sort of gone Mardu to make up for the missing bits and pieces. Loads of removal as well, some decent sort of game plans. Some cards that care about 2-power creatures and plenty of them with that power as well. Some Suspect, Investigate, so a bit of a blend of the themes that are going on, but really, really good draft actually. So hoping for some decent games. My expectations are high, so no doubt we will just lose every round and misplay. RuleZero is a really cool combination of bar / cafe / gaming place / store. They've got loads of board games for you to just sort of try whilst you're playing. They hold loads of events. They've got Magic, Pokemon, Lorcana, everything you can think of. Pretty regular and decent crowd as well, which is really nice to see. Food is exceptional, brilliant drinks as well. They've got a Cluedo themed cocktail for today, so I'm definitely going to grab one of those little card made up for it. It sounds really good. I mean, anything with whiskey and I'm going to drink, so definitely have to get one of those before we go.
I mean, even when we first set up, we knew that we wanted to, I'm not going to say subvert any of the stereotypes of game stores because that sounds really harsh, but we knew that we wanted it to be as much natural light as we could get and nice high ceilings and generally sort of a welcoming, comfortable space, whether you're gaming or just, hanging out with your mates sort of thing.
Round 1 over very quickly. A shameful 0-2 for me. My opponent had a really fast Boros deck, and first game I was just punished on lands. I had no black mana and was just drawing nothing but black cards, and then second game they just quick out the gate and I was too slow to keep up. We played a game for fun afterwards and I absolutely popped off and won, so when it doesn't matter, the deck performs. So got a bit more of an idea of what I'm doing now with my deck and what the game plan is, and really relying on seeing that removal. First few games I didn't see any, so trying to get to it is going to be important.
I think lands might be my favourite thing about Magic.
I think
it's just cool, okay?
I mean, each to their own. But you're not wrong though, to be fair.
Look, Pokemon's got really boring energy.
That's true.
This is cool, alright?
Round 2 and we got a win. Yes, so it was 2-1. 1-1 and what came out of the last round, and the deck did what it was meant to do. It actually played really well. So now I've sort of refined the game plan. I'm feeling more confident for the future rounds. So 2 more rounds to go. I've got high hopes. It's really cool to just see people just grabbing a bit of food and being like, oh, I grabbed board game. And then you see the people who notice there's something going on upstairs and the ones that are brave enough to venture up and see what's going on. It's just good vibes. On all 3 floors was things going on in the day, so it's nice to just wander between them and see it's a bit like a festival when you go from stage to stage and see what the different vibe is.
That's a good analogy, actually. Some of the funniest crossovers that we ever have are on things like when match days and pre-releases converge, because realistically, the dates on them are set. We can't do a whole lot about that. If it happens to be that there's both going on at the same time, then we will run both. And we were really worried about it when we first opened. We were like, oh, what's it going to be like having our gamers cross-pollinating with our football fans?
Yeah.
And honestly, it's some of my favourite days because the way it actually plays out is that the whole vibe, the reason we're called RuleZero, it's not actually anything to do with Commander or anything like that. It's RuleZero is don't be a dick. And it's like, if everyone follows RuleZero, we'll all have a lovely time. And we had this thing for a while where we were worried that sort of, and we did have it a little bit where you'd have some of your West Ham fans coming in and going, oh, can't believe that people spend so much money on these bits of cardboard. And you just kind of turn around and go like, look, how much money is your season ticket? Everyone's got something that they spend a little bit more money on than they would care to share with other people, but because it makes them happy. And like, we like to cater to as much of that as possible, whether that is coming for a game of Magic, coming for a game of football, coming for a game of Pokemon, D&D, Warhammer, whatever it might be. Like, the central premise is come and enjoy the space with the people that you care about, doing the thing that you care about, and you can just do that without having to worry about who else is there and what they might think, because we've all got something that we're into.
Round 3, Swift 2-0. So we're in gear now. The deck's going for it. So even if we lose the last round, we're still breaking even, which I'm happy with. Obviously, I'm going to hopefully go for the win and see if we can finish with some extra prize packs. But after that rough start, I'm quite glad that it's now performing how it's meant to perform. So the cool thing about RuleZero is it's actually 3 levels. The ground level is obviously the bar with the place for you to sort of sit and eat and maybe grab a board game. Up here on the top level, you've got the play space for Magic tournaments and Pokemon and whatnot. And then downstairs, you've got a little area called Sub-Zero where they actually hold like lots of live shows and comedy, open mic nights. They've got a drag queen hosted Final Fantasy tournament coming up, which I think is really cool. And whilst there's Magic going on upstairs today, they've got Pokemon going on downstairs. So a lot of juggling and tournaments, and both pretty full also, which is cool.
I had done lots and lots of commentary on the Magic Pro Tour for years and years and years and years. So I had a very good grounding in specifically Magic, but also I've played lots of games over the years. I like a good game store. And I, for a while, worked for Magic Madhouse, doing all sorts of bits and pieces for them, like website-y stuff.
Yeah.
At one point, they opened a store in London.
Yeah,
and myself and my business partner, we ran that store.
Okay.
And that store gradually, it was working alongside a bar, and then the bar closed, so we took on the alcohol license because we felt like this just kind of works. And at some point, the guys at Magic Madhouse, they were like, we don't necessarily like they don't dislike the project, but they're like, this is not the core goal of what they were trying to do.
Right.
So at that point, we spun off, and rather than having Magic Madhouse London, we became RuleZero. And so we're still friends with those guys. We still have lots of social connections with those guys, but fundamentally we're our own thing now. And there was a point where the venue that we were in with Magic Madhouse, they were repurposing. So we sort of had to leave there. We found the new space, and that was the time that we did the full rebrand, rename, and got to basically go, all right, we've got a literal blank canvas now. What do we want to do with it? What do we want it to be like? And what you see is the best example of that we could achieve given the space we're in and the budget that we had. Arguably, we opened in the single worst month to open a new venue in, I'm going to say, the last 100 years. It might be longer. So it was February of 2020 we opened.
Oh my God, okay.
Did we have a full month clear before we had to be closed again? Maybe just about. It was a close run thing, but we're still going for now, knock on wood. It's not an easy industry, but yeah, we think that we've got quite a nice space for people. Now it's all sort of, things have settled down a little bit.
You can open packs with me, why not? We're just chilling, we're just opening packs, we're done for the event. When did you think?
That's not too bad.
Beat one on who drafted the worst Mardu deck. My last opponent was very hungover, so asked if I wanted to just take a draw, and both did some prizes, so I thought, yeah, why not? We had a game for fun, which I lost, so I'm glad I took that deal. Some interesting stuff in there. Cranko. I love that. It's not even a focus if I show you the camera. Focus. There we go. I like that you can get multiple rares as well, which also makes the draft a bit unbalanced.
Very strange.
Tolsimir makes a 5/5 wolf. And the clue. The boot glue. Cool. Those are right price packs. Not bad at all. I say price packs. One's a price pack. I bought the rest.
For like player base, the weighting behind who you are on the CAG is quite cool. So I guess like for people having the opportunity to sort of hang out and like play games with you is going to have some meaning to some.
I expected when I joined that at some point there'd be some set of people that were like, all right, we're going to prove to Tim that this card should be banned. And then I'll scurry away and tell the appropriate folks that that's true. I've not really had that. I'd be quite happy for that to happen, honestly. Like if people want to make a point at the table, or indeed just by having a quiet pint and let me know how they feel. Yeah, very happy for any of that. Not a worry at all. But yeah, practically speaking, yeah. I play lots of games there. One of the bits that I actually really like is just teaching people how to play games as well. You get quite a lot of that. Maybe not so much for on a big Magic night necessarily. Though there's more than just the rules to learn about Magic. So I like to think that I can teach people a few bits and bobs about the later stages of that learning curve. Cool. But like when you see like a couple on a date night and they're looking for something nice to play, that the game isn't the whole thing, but it's a lovely icebreaker or sort of conversation starter. So being able to put people on the right starting point so that they can then just have a nice time. Yeah, it feels nice. It's good. With movies, realistically, if you see a movie that you love, chances are it's fairly mainstream. A lot of people will see it. You don't very often get to introduce a movie to someone that they've not at least heard of.
That's true.
Like with bands, maybe a little bit more. With books, you can definitely introduce people to things they've not encountered before. But then games, if you want to scratch that hipster itch and find the perfect thing for someone, there's so many games out there that are incredible. There's some very, very smart people making a lot of very good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And
being able to share that is like, I don't know, I think it's good for the sharer and the sharey, I guess.
I was going to do a bit about like, sort of sum it up and finish, but I don't want to leave. It's quite nice here. You just sort of chill out. And between rounds, you can just hang out and look at the water or look over at the like other things that are going on in the park and stuff. It's just a relaxing place to be. Even if you're like having a Larry game, you can just come and chill out with some food and drink after, which is really nice. It's been a really good day. It's been really like comfortable. Staff have been really accommodating, really friendly, lovely people. Everyone I've played against has been really friendly as well. It's nice to just chat with other Magic players, I think is the takeaway for today. Definitely going to be back as soon as I can for something else. Maybe just come and play some board games and get some food next time I'm in London, because it's just easy to get to as well. So if you're out and about around this way, come on down and check it out.